Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about the T test in Python and Colab. Now, when you do an experiment, like for example in deep learning, and you have two models, model A and model B, and you want to see if model A is significantly different than model B, um, then we're gonna need to have a way to test it if it is significantly different, or is it not. Uh, and the t-test give us the ability to do that. Now, in order to let's take a look at the notebook right now. In order to do the t-test, we need to import the SciPy stat library as stats right here. And of course, right, we also import NumPy as NP, for to populate the data, and the matplotlib to libraries to plot to visualize the data. So the definition of a t-test is that if you have two population and you have their mean, their average, what you're going to do is that you can take the difference of the two and you divide by the standard deviation right here. So, the mean x minus mean y divided by the standard deviation, and then of course square root of n. But the important thing is the standard deviation right here. So n in here is the number of time we run the experiment, um, and the t-test can tell if one model is better or significantly better, better or significantly better than the other right there. The t-test also tell, another way of saying it is the t-test tell whether the alternative of hypothesis, and the alternative hypothesis is usually model A, is it better than model B, it's significant different. And then the null hypothesis is that there's no difference, between the two. So the t-test tell if the alternative hypothesis is better than the null hypothesis, and usually the threshold value is 0.05 or 5%, and the null hypothesis assumes that there's no difference. So if the threshold value for t is about under 0.05 under, then yes, the alternative hypothesis is different than the null hypothesis. And here is the formula for the t-test written in the latex in Colab. Notice that there is the money symbol right here and n money symbol, and uh, then the formula is going into here. So if you want, you can learn more about latex and how to generate the formula in Google Colab. And this cell right here, by the way, is using the text cell instead of the coding cell. Okay, so here is an example of the t-test. So I creating a sample population A and population B, and I give the number of data, and A is 73 and 67, and then I'm generating a random number with mean A and mean B, for population A and B respectively, and then I call the stat t-test of the SciPy library, and I gave it population A and B. The order is not the order does not make a difference. What it do is that it will make this number right here minus or positive right here, but the B, this t-test right here is going to return a tuple, a T and a P right here. Okay. And then the P1 is what is the one we're looking for right here. So let's say, right, if I change it from B to A, notice right here, right, the sign will change, but the P value is going to be positive. And of course, right, because I'm doing a random sample right here, every time I do that, it's gonna give me a different result. Okay, so let me change this one right here. Let me see, 5.14. See right there, right? So it's gonna give me a different number every time. Okay, but notice that But notice that um, when you have the mean of 1 and 1, right, a lot of time the p-value is going to be higher than the 0.05 right here. So it's not statistically significant. Uh, let's say, right, if I change it b to 2 right here, see right there, right? When you have a mean difference of 1 in this situation right here, the p-value is going to be under the 0.05 threshold. So there is the statistical significant difference between the two model right here. So you can change. So you can play with this right here. You can change the mean. You can change the number. And you can, of course, right, because it's a random sample. So every time you run it, it's going to be a bit different. Let's say if I do, instead of 2, I do 1.5, for example. Right there, right? So sometime when you do 1.5, for example, right there, right? This one right here is statistical significant. There's a difference under 0.05, but all the time it's not. So the t square, the t test can tell whether the alternative hypothesis, model A versus model B, in the situation right here, right, is significantly different, and the threshold value usually 0.05. Now there's another way to visualize the two population. Let's say, right, if I put it 1 and 1 right here, okay, and you visualize that. Basically, what I do is that I plot, all of the A on the 0 for x is 0, right, and then I plot on the B, and for x equal to 1 right here, okay, and then I mark population A and population B right here. And then this one right here give us the color for the marker and the shape of the marker right here. This one is the star symbol, blue, and this one is the diamond, yellow right there, okay? And then the W right here would give the marker a color. In this situation, it'd be white. So this video give an example of the t-test in Python and Colab using the SciPy library. I hope this helped. If you like it, please give a thumb up, give a heart, comment, and have a good day.